Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. Nice to meet you.
That's good.
Antoinette. Is
And you
Antoinette?
too.
Huh?
Antoinette, yes, that's me. Yes.
Yes. And how do I pronounce your family name? Is it Raphael?
Raphael, yes.
You are a designer, and you are the designer of Raw War. Can you tell us what inspired you to become like a designer first, in the first place?
Yeah, so I was really interested in styling and dressing even from a young age, really. So my mum really taught me she really taught me the value um, of being presentable and dressing from head to toe. And when I grew older, I really enjoyed illustrating, and that admiration to art and design led me to learn how to sew, and I was absolutely in love with it. I love the idea of creating something of your own with your own technique, and that's really what drove me to explore more the production side while still studying art. So after high school, I then merged them to create the brand.
So you started from studying art first, and then after that, you became the designer.
So in high school, I did mainly art and I still did sewing. But when I left high school, I did a Bachelor of Fashion Design, a Bachelor of Art majoring in fashion design. So I did do a few fine art units, but it was mainly fashion design, pattern making, and sewing. Yeah.
And where does the name Raw War come from?
So it's my initials actually. So my initials, my name is Antoinette Wedia Raphael. So when I rearranged them, I made up the two words Raw War.
About the brand, can you also tell from the beginning?
So a lot of it was when I was learning all the art and fashion techniques as I grew older. I was really kind of learning what style I like to create in. And when I was in uni, we had a unit where we had to create a branding suite for a hypothetical brand. And I ended up using the name Raw War, made a logo, and I really enjoyed it. So that was when I registered the name, and every design from then on was based around the name. So it was all from university.
When we look at your designs, I think it has like some kind of message, some kind of values that you have really put into it. Can you tell us a little bit more about it? It's like, because we can see a lot of signs of it into your brand.
A lot of the ideas of the brand, I always pick a different theme that I'm really interested in at the time, or a particular experience. But the main overarching idea of the brand is power. So I look at ideas of money power, branding power, the power of natural disasters. So the latest collection, the Richter scale. So I have a strong interest in power relations and in society, and also something that stands out to me as powerful. So I like to show that in my designs.
Should I say that, or can I say that it's like also like a designer activist as well, that we can see in it? Or
yeah, so an activist, so in a sense, it's each collection is showing what I believe in a sense. It has it's like I'm protesting of something I believe in.
For you, can you explain a bit further? It's like, what makes it more, like you say, like to be unisex? Why is it for you that important to be that it's like for both sexes?
I personally, it really began with me actually being more interested in looking at the men's section, because I found it more interesting and even more comfortable. So, and I've always had, whenever we learn about different silhouettes, they would explain it as in that is a masculine garment or that is a female, and I feel like by saying that, it gives different power relation to the garment. So I think by making androgynous garments, I'm evening out the power, and both genders are equal when they wear an androgynous piece, in a sense.
Yes, and here again, like here, we can see immediately those signs, and the sign of Richter, of course, in it. Both sexes can wear it. It's really nice.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
And also, when I look at the materials, I also say like your brand is also sustainable.
Yes.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes. That's very important for you, I think. That it's like
yes, for sure.
Yes.
Yes, because Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, yeah, I let you speak.
Yeah. I really value sustainability because if I do want to produce a lot for my brand, I want to ensure that it's done ethically in that sense. And a lot of the sustainability components is the construction. So the high quality construction and materials will ensure that it will last a long time. So that's the main form of sustainable production.
Yes. And
overall.
also,
Yeah.
when we look at the production process, I think for you is also everything is produced, made in Australia, I guess, then. Huh? Yes,
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah. Mm. And which are the materials that you usually use for the design, for the clothes?
A lot of the material I use is 100% cotton twill, and it's like a lightweight denim, so that has a lot of strength to the material, and it just very neatly on the body. But as you can see there, the black jacket on the girl,
Yeah.
I do a lot of bomber jackets, and that's a high quality satin that's been placed onto a padding, and it's been stitched like a quilt for insulation.
Yeah. There's also like the design is like a puzzle as well. Eh?
Yes, so that was a previous collection that I repeated. So in the puzzle, you can see line versions of my logo as well. So that was it's another statement about the idea of being puzzled and the power of that emotion as well.
And also wanted to ask, because when we see like on your website, you also say, they say custom will come soon. Can you explain a little bit what you mean by that? What will happen in the future or very soon?
So via my Instagram, people are able to order custom garments in my hometown, which is Perth, Australia. And that it's only occurring locally because people are allowed to come to the studio and try things on, and I can measure. But at the moment, I'm working on producing an online space where people can place their measurements and so on, so people can have a made to fit garment, because the brand at the moment does ready to wear, but we are also having another section of the brand which is custom, so pieces that are made specifically for an individual. Yes. Whether that be design or size wise. Okay. So that also adds to the sustainable concept as well.
Okay, so if someone has like an idea, comes up to you, you can work it out as well.
Yeah, so I work with a lot of artists here in Perth. So if they want to do, I've done collaborative bomber jackets with DJs before. So we combine both our logos, concepts, and ideas, and we make it in the studio here in Perth.
What are the main pieces that you say, like these are the pieces of the collection that make the collection?
I think the jacket we just looked at, the black one with the puzzles, I think that one, and the first jacket, which has the Richter lines like a bomber jacket, I think those two are my favorite. And I think I have a really strong interest in jackets, and I think that they summarize the brand really well, because when you see it on a person, it's very strong, and I feel like a bomber jacket makes someone look powerful because they've got more volume on them and so on. So my favorite, yeah.
What are the expectations for the future?
I would love to spread the brand internationally, because I think Australia is still, we are quite exposed with fashion, but I think there's still a lot of people who are trying to understand more of a unique style of garment. So marketing it internationally and selling it, which at the moment I'm in the process of selling it in the UK. So my expectations for the future would be to sell and have stockists internationally.